Hey guys, it's another day, right? It's about what, 53, 54 degrees now, and we're the windy as can be, right? The wind will blow you, cut you in half, right?
Yeah, very.
We've had like one or two, like not hot days, but kind of warm, right? But now we're going down to the low 30s. How long is that supposed to last?
I think 2 days.
2 days. We need enough frost to kill all the weeds, so we don't have to get the lawnmower. In the winter. When's the winter officially start? Is it in January?
I honestly don't know, or maybe it was just
I got the kids ready for daycare this morning, and there was leaves all over the van, and they're like, "Daddy, why are there leaves all over the van?" I said, "Well, I started to say it's fall, but I guess our winters are like northern falls, right? Like, maybe in like Georgia, Tennessee, or something." But,
yeah.
So how you doing with the car wreck and the treatment and all that?
Okay, yes.
Where are we at there with the treatment and all? Are we almost done, or?
I hope so, yeah.
So you got.
I guess I'm almost at the point of reevaluation, but I don't know if I really want to go through all that. I would feel like it's a gimmick just to make more money.
Did we talk about it being open? We probably did on another talk. It seems like this place just accepts as many patients as they can. They got 8 or 10 beds in one room.
Yeah.
So if they got one patient, it's okay at the same appointment time. If they have 10 patients, they're cha-ching, 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 right? I guess they got the exam room, right? That's kind of big for individual and really fast exam. It doesn't last very long, which kind of makes me suspicious already. Then they have the little two chiropractor rooms, right, where they got the little table and they can make adjustments and pop, pop, pop with the little pogo stick. So you may do the evaluation and you may say, I just don't want to do it anymore. I feel okay, or do you just want to just abruptly quit?
I don't know.
They got 2 more appointments scheduled, I think. So, one thing I was asking Natalie, and I was thinking about today, is why haven't we did another Natalie tries video, like trying some kind of new food or drink? And I did ask her this morning if she wanted to try a new drink, and she didn't really want to do it. Do you like the Natalie tries videos, the series, or whatever we want to call it?
Do I like doing it?
Yeah, like trying new things on camera. Like new foods and
yes,
drinks.
But that's not a drink I'd even remotely be interested.
So this...
It's a mint coffee drink.
Okay, it's a yerba mate with mint, acerola, which is, I think, a Eugenia plant, which is they kind of call them like cherries, like tropical cherries. Some of them taste like cherries, some of them taste like star fruit-ish. And it had coffee berry. Did I say mint? It's like menthol, but it had toasted yerba mate and organically brewed yerba mate in it, and probably some kind of sweetener, which is not sweet at all, and it's kind of bitter. And I add stevia to it to make it palatable, tolerable. It cuts out a lot of the bitterness, and I drank one right before doing this video. We had them outside. Anyway, so. Is there anything else? Any updates or anything before we get to holidays part 3?
No.
What's today's topic of discussion?
I guess what we did.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Christmas, and I was probably a few weeks ago. I said, Natalie, can we relay a story about our first Christmas here? About the Christmas tree incident. But let's go ahead and talk before we get into that.
Let's not.
You don't want to talk about it? Okay, I thought you said it was okay to talk about it. So we I don't know if it was my idea or our idea to try to get Christmas done early, like all of the shopping. Was it my idea or our idea?
I think it was both of our ideas. I don't really know. We both had money early, so
Yeah, so
it just kind of happened.
so we kind of went all out with the kids and kind of ourselves a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Um, Before we were even thinking about Christmas. I don't know if you guys can. You probably can see that on Natalie's right shoulder. There's a black and white guitar. It is something I found at a thrift store, and I've made I think a few videos of trying to get it right. It was not in perfect condition when I got it. And Natalie just says, "Okay, that's your Christmas present. That's one of your Christmas presents." So she bought it for me.
Yeah. Let's buy you the other guitar.
So yeah, I mean, I would have bought that one myself, but Natalie offered to buy it. And my main present is the one next to it, that big old jumbo acoustic Guild 12-string acoustic electric guitar, and that thing is big. I mean, none of the cases, dreadnought cases, or anything that I have will fit it. So that means investing in a jumbo case probably sooner or later.
And what else?
You bought, okay, so she bought me a wall hanger, a double whiskey barrel wall hanger for the guitars for that 12 string. But guess what? That 12 string is so big,
Too big.
so heavy, and I guess the neck width is so wide that it really did not fit that wall hanger very well. And it was made out of a charred oak barrel, part of a charred oak barrel, with the pieces of the hoops that would have originally gone onto the barrel. As she calls them, loops. Uh-oh, here it comes. Yep. Hopefully there's not a big pile of snot down there for everybody to see. Then we have to cut the camera. So we went all out for the kids, right? What were our ideas, I guess, for what we should get for them? How did we do this? I could say getting things done early was an idea that I thought would be a great idea. But guess what? When you put like 30 or 40 presents under the tree, and we have dogs, cats, and a
Kids.
young kid that likes to try to open their bags and their presents and stuff. And yeah, dogs scratching against the tree, rubbing their ears and turning the tree around.
A very good idea.
So, I mean, Natalie said, well, we usually would just put all the presents down the day before Christmas, like on Christmas Eve, right? I mean, I don't know if I like that idea, but putting them down, 3 or 4 weeks early was a terrible idea, because we had to I had to repackage, like re-wrap one gift. I had to tape up, rips and tears from like 30 gifts. Sometimes
a whole bunch.
a lot. And Junior, our oldest son, was taping, rips and tears that happened. It was just, oh boy. Let me just say that I'm surprised none of the gifts were broken or torn up. And what else did we have to do? When we left home, tell them, why and what.
So the dogs are really, really they thought that Christmas tree was a scratching pool, especially our older wolf dog. He just thought it's there for him to scratch his ears on. Well, one time of him doing that, the whole tree falls away. So we literally had to take every burst wolf that we had and lay them sideways and make a fence around the tree so that the dogs could not get to it. And it didn't really work a couple times, like our pug. And he's blind anyhow, so not like he knew what he was doing, but he still got in between the bar stools, like, and tore up, I think, one or two gifts or something.
And we had cats sleeping on the gifts.
Yeah, under the tree, they like to curl up, kitty cats are like that. Anywhere they see where they can lay in, the like laundry baskets and everything, and yeah, they got the gifts and thought they were their bed.
So, and thankfully we had a really nice tree skirt to add later because there was so much cat hair all over the tree skirt. We had to clean everything, about 2 days before Christmas, reposition the gifts, sweep, change out the tree skirt, and so that we had something nice when somebody actually came over and it wasn't full of cat hairs because of all the cats sleeping up there. But it turned out pretty good. Nothing was destroyed other than some wrapping paper.
What we did this year that was completely different than, I don't think we've ever done this. I've been together and I've never done it like growing up. Like one time at my aunt's house, I this.
And I can tell you why we did this too. What we did, and my thinking was that I have so much assembly and installation stuff to do that if I give these kids their gifts on Christmas morning, I'm going to spend 2 days installing and trying to get everything assembled and ready. And it took at least 2 days, right?
So we did Christmas Eve dinner.
Christmas Eve night.
Mom's.
Yeah, okay, so plans were changed because Christmas, it was going to be raining all day. So she called, the family and friends and made sure everybody was okay with doing the dinner on Christmas Eve.
Just one dinner instead of 2 separate dinners.
And instead of her mom spending half the day with us, she come over here for a couple hours maybe, and then she went to my mom's, and their little, they have a little tiny house. It was half the people or more stayed outside. The smokers went outside and the non-smokers were inside for the most part. So I don't know. If you know people that smoke a lot, they will sometimes go out to smoke a cigarette and spend like 2 or 3 hours just smoke, just constantly opening another cigarette, getting another cigarette from the pack and smoking and smoking and smoking. They'll probably smoke half a pack, if not a whole pack, in like 3 hours. Because, even if they're by themselves and they're smoking a cigarette normally and they smoke 1 pack in 2 days or whatever, they see other people constantly pull out those cigarettes. So it's a social event to have like 20 people or 15 people constantly smoking. Right? I mean, is that what you've like observed?
Yeah.
So I seen the smoke was
Even
good.
though I don't know why that is, because only smokers will hang out with them, but it's not like you see a bunch of people out there socializing that don't smoke.
Yeah. And what I've also noticed with a lot of smokers, when their pack runs low, they will smoke more. They can have a carton of cigarettes and smoke 1 cigarette every hour, but they can have 6 cigarettes and they will smoke all of them in 2 hours. And now the dog is back up there. I hope he doesn't knock that really expensive guitar down.
Well,
Anyway, we did a little gift exchange with Oh crap! There goes the guitar. My God.
Not cool, not cool.
Oh, get out.
Hey, that's real life, people.
That that is. I don't know what to say. Talk for a minute while I put this somewhere else.
It's real life. It happens. Yep. This is why having dogs kinda sucks.
Everything is chaotic. Dogs, kids,
Cats.
cats, they will go into cabinets, little tiny shelves. They'll knock you put something on top of a cabinet or a shelf, they'll go up there 8-10 foot in the air, 6 foot in the air, knock it off. So you say, okay, I'm gonna move this thing into a little pocket, little shelf. Then they go to the little pocket, little shelf, and they nestle up in there and they try to sleep or whatever, and they knock everything out of there. The same thing you were trying to protect, from the cats, they find a way. So we had a pretty good time at the Christmas, right or not?
Yeah, it was okay.
When you have people that smoke, there's not a lot of socializing between the non-smokers and the smokers. You kind of get almost put in a little corner there, little pocket of people. And
yeah, that was kind of weird, but whatever.
Like I said, though, the place was so small, so it kind of gave us some air, some space to just hang out with whoever was hanging out.
Yeah.
Anyway, then that night, and we went back and forth when we came home. Should we do this? Should we let them open one present? Should we,
Let them open all.
And we went, Natalie said yes, no, and I just said, let's just do it.
I've never done that before, like my entire childhood. I had to wait, and that was like the whole part of getting the presents, like on Christmas Eve, like put under the tree on Christmas Eve, like Santa comes, so you like cookies and milk out, and he delivers the presents. And you wake up at the entire tree and stuff those presents. But I figured we already had them out here, and they already knew. Like, we told the boys every day, like when they would come home from school, Santa brought Marcus, like. He stopped by today, and they kind of bought that, so.
Yeah, we were kind of doing it like, if you're behaving yourself and you're doing okay, you might, Santa might bring some more presents to put under the tree. And of course, this was us shopping at, Etsy, Amazon, waiting for packages to be delivered, and they come out sporadically. Some of them from different countries and all, but so getting back to probably like why we did not put the packages out on Christmas Eve. We really didn't have the space to store everything. I mean, there's no way I could have hid all those packages in our spare room or anything. The kids would have seen them.
True.
So that was my biggest issue. Where am I going to store 30 presents, between small and huge size? One of them was a 40-inch TV in a box. So that was my biggest thing. And then, like I said, the assembly, we got wall mounts for the TV. We got a wall mount. We got them Xbox One S, which we thought about for months and months. What should be their first video game system? And we got videos, where I discuss it, and then there's one, I think the last one you and I both discussed, like, I guess pros and cons, or
Yeah.
But it really hasn't so far been a problem Because it's probably because when they start playing, they're not really getting that into like the Paw Patrol games and stuff like that. They really, what's the term? They don't really know how to control
Mm-hmm.
the characters and stuff. They kind of know.
Well, that's him like coordination and everything. That's why I was so concerned because.
But it could be a blessing since they're not
Yeah.
using it all the time. But if they had friends or family, kids that were showing them, they would probably pick it up a lot better than me or you, if we played. And I do show them a little bit, press this button, use this analog stick here to move the thing around, press the button to make them jump, press this button to, activate, the drill or whatever Rumble has on his little thing or whatever, but I'm kind of disappointed at the same time that they haven't picked up a little bit more. And I feel like I'm a terrible teacher for every single thing, like music instruments, or trying to get them to explore their talents, learn how to sing, and everything. What do you think about that? What's your...
Not gonna happen again. They're too little.
And we were just watching a very young lady on she's playing the ukulele, right, on YouTube or something. She's probably been playing since she was like 4 or something. And I'm like, maybe it's girls, maybe they get that musical maturity or something younger, I don't know, and get the passion for something, versus like getting bored 2 minutes into whatever you're doing. So what did we get the kids? What did you get the middle kid? Or what?
Oh my god, he's totally in the Spider-Man and Batman, so he got like what looks kind of like a Barbie doll. Batman doll.
Batman figure, action figure.
Yeah, there we go. And then underwear.
Batman
Ninja
underwear.
Turtle underwear.
Ninja Turtle underwear.
Batman underwear.
Mm-hmm. And some
They
Spider-Man
got
stuff, right?
a couple like stuffies is what they call them, like of Spider-Man, and we got Luigi stuffy. Junior got like he wanted Army Men, so we got like a whole pack of Army Men, and there's little tanks and like Army equipment.
And we talk about like kids getting bored or something, but he does not get bored of those helicopters and army tanks.
Yeah.
He would spend all day sitting on the floor setting up his army men. He said, "Daddy, will you play army men with me?" I said, "Sure." So I go in there, go boop, 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 like machine guns, fires and all. He said, "No, they got to be nice to each other." I said, "Don't you know when they're at war, they like harm each other, He's like, "Well, what are the green ones?" I'm like, "The green ones are the Americans, and the gray ones can be the Russians or the whatever, or the Germans from." But I guess he don't get the concept of, you don't just join the army just to hang out and be pal around,
Yeah, he's too little for that.
But he still loves his helicopters, army tanks, jeeps, and whatever.
Yeah, we got him roller skates, and watching him like attempt to roller skate is hilarious.
He wants to do things on his own terms, and when you try to help him learn, like to roller skate and all, he freaks out. He like
or jumping on trampoline.
I don't know how JJ would do with that. So one of the coolest items is this Ninja Turtle skateboard, RC remote control.
I love that thing.
And I did not realize how big it was just looking at it, but it was advertised on Black
20
Friday.
bucks at Walmart. And I was thinking it would be some little
Some little
dinky
3-inch
toy.
little toy with a remote control, but no,
No,
it's
it's
got a
big.
rechargeable battery, so you just plug it into USB or USB-C port or whatever that you already have most likely, and you just put like AAA batteries in the remote control, and it's fast, it's big, it seems to be well built, and
Yeah,
it's hard
all
to
of them
control.
play
It's so
with it,
fast
too.
that it's hard to control. It come with the little ramp, but JJ kept disassembling the ramp, and eventually I just said, throw the ramp away. Just ride it around the darn floor. You really need to like a big parking lot or something for something that fast and big. But it is fun. I wish I would have had something like that when I was a kid.
All three of them love it.
So what did we get the baby? I mean, Natalie always says he's the hardest to shop for.
He is the hardest to shop for. He's like at that age where he's not like the other two like are into army men and superheroes. Like so that's totally easy. The baby I like found what I found. We got a building blocks which he hasn't really played with. He got him like a wooden tool set that he loves. Wood trains.
Yeah, he played with them and he's done with them.
Yeah, and then
the plush is probably the biggest winner there. That Luigi.
Yeah, that stuffy Luigi he carries around all the time.
So who did you get Mario for? Was that JJ's Mario?
JJ, yeah.
So the baby had been carrying around Mario a lot, So you kind of take cues from the way they act and the things that they play with that are their older brothers, And I'm sure that's why she said, "Okay, let's get him a Luigi."
Yeah.
But I mean, we're simplifying everything. We don't have like an hour to talk here, or we would never get the video uploaded. But we spent a ton of money. But the biggest and best thing. Well, you got some jewelry, right?
That's my ring. My ring, fire up a ring. I got a anniversary band to go over my wedding band. So, and then we had it soldered on there. So that's what Mom got. Like, that's what they
Excuse you, what do you mean?
Oh.
Let's see if I can put this in the frame.
Those are the two big gifts.
This is the main gift. Probably can't get it all in the single frame here. So Dolly Parton, if you've been keeping up with Natalie, you know that her grandpa Walt was a helicopter pilot in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, before he moved to South Florida. Of course, he's passed away, now, but he used to be one of Dolly Parton's helicopter pilots.
Dolly Parton.
So you know that she's kind of obsessed with Dolly Parton. So I said, she just released Rockstar, which is a new album. She's got
Which I
a
love.
CD, probably digital, you can buy it, and there's like probably 10 different, vinyl, records, different colors and stuff you can get. Some of them are maybe like Target exclusive or Best Buy or something, but I asked her a few weeks before I got this name a color you like or something, right? I gave you like some color options. I didn't tell her what it was for. I was like opaque or like red or pink, and I think you said red, right?
Pink.
Oh, pink.
You didn't say red, you said black. Oh, pink. And it's like gray or I don't know. But I said pink. I'm thinking it was like a cell phone, like.
I said, there's no way you're gonna guess.
And his other clue was, it's yours, but you can't use it yourself.
Like somebody else has to, put it on the record player, because or FA and stuff. But she did ask the other day, a few weeks before Christmas, is it a record player? You remember asking me that? I said, what makes you think it's a record player?
Like an actual record player.
Like a player. Did one of the kids say he's looking at records or a record player or something and tell you that?
No, I was just thinking of what it could be that I can use myself.
So we probably do need to get a Bluetooth record player one day that you can just play through the sound bar or Alexa or whatever. You can hook them to it. We had one, what was that, last Christmas? It just didn't work, or Christmas before. The Bluetooth worked fine, but the record player itself was a cheap piece of garbage, so we took it back to Kohl's or whatever. So I think we need to do a review
so
of this album.
Dolly Parton, if you're watching, I would love it. My grandpa walked. So, and you supposedly gave me earrings one time when I was little. So if you're watching this, please sign my record.
She's in her 70s and she's still super busy, but yeah, I didn't think there's any way she would have guessed this, and normally she'd think, because I tricked her one year putting something in a big giant box, didn't I?
Yeah, my wallet. Last year, I think that was.
Huh?
I think it was last year you got my wallet, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been 2 years. I'm not sure. The hand painted one. Yeah, I put it in a big giant box. She opened the box and opened another box, and then there was this little thing. But you liked it, right? What you got?
Liked it? I loved it.
And she liked it so much that she got like some keychains for herself and for other people for gifts at the same brand.
And I bought Mom a hand painted wallet for her.
Yeah, and a hand painted flamingo wallet, right? So. And you got me several of these things, but one was really special. A horse leather guitar strap for that 12-string guitar. It's like a blue leather, super expensive, custom etched or whatever. But anyway, I think in another video, Natalie probably needs to do a review of this album once we get all the songs listened to. Yeah, that'll be really nice. So, what's going on for the New Year's? Nothing? Just get some sparkling water and pop a top and watch the ball drop.
We'll probably all get men together and watch the ball drop and eat snacks.
I think every year since we've been together, we've watched the ball drop.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we ever do.
Haven't you fallen asleep or close to it like a few times right before the ball drops?
No,
I can't remember.
I think one year we skipped it. I was pregnant though when I skipped it.
Anything else that I forgot to mention about Christmas? Any big gifts or anything?
I don't think so, no.
So, Junior is obsessed kind of with Indiana Jones as well, and I don't think there's any like new Indiana Jones Xbox One games, but there are Xbox 360 games that are backwards compatible, or whatever with the one. So I got the 2 Lego games on eBay, and JJ got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is kind of like a take back to the 90s Super Nintendo arcades and stuff like that game, and it plays pretty much the same way, and I've been wanting it for a while. And that's one of the games we got him, and I think we got like 11 or 12 games total. Some of them were just filler, like I found at a pawn shop some 25 or 50 cent games, some sports games, and I just said, okay. They can't say they don't have enough games, even though I'm not sure if they'll ever play them. But anyway,
like this video, subscribe to my channel.
all right, take care.